Welcome to Om Times TV, a division of Om Times Media and Broadcasting. Welcome to Ascending with Venus Castleberg, a space where we explore the journey of spiritual awakening, expanding your consciousness and raising your frequency to create a whole new world. We'll dive into the possibilities that open up when you choose to follow the whispers and trust your inner knowing. Each episode is designed to guide you in expanding your awareness, tuning into your intuition, and discovering the magic of your life every day. We'll talk about living aligned with your soul's purpose, going beyond limitations, and creating a life and a world worth celebrating. You are here to embrace who you truly are and step into the infinite potential that's waiting for you. Let's ascend together. And now, here is your host, Venus Castleberg.
Hello, everyone. Great to be with you. I am not with you live today, but we had to do a pre-record because I'm traveling again. But I'm happy to have you here listening now or in the future, whenever you come about. Today, talking a little bit more about the dark night of the soul. I think there's been times where I've touched on it before, but I really wanted to bring it forward because I know that spiritual awakening for some people is not easy, right? There's definitely an adjustment that has to happen because it's basically what's happening is you're waking up and you're now acutely aware of other realities, other dimensions, the spirit world. My dark night of the soul was definitely like quitting doing partying and drugs and all those things, and then having this spontaneous clairvoyance open up. So I became a clairvoyant medium pretty much overnight, right? It was a very fast transition. And then found that for 3 months I resisted it and fought against it because I was so didn't want to be that different, didn't want to be weird, didn't want to have somebody say that I needed to be institutionalized. And I know there's some people out there that are watching this now in the future that have been institutionalized because they told the wrong people. And one of the things that I like to just bring about when we start talking about this sort of stuff is first and foremost, be really, really careful about who you talk to about your spiritual awakening. It's why we have the Bridging Realms, empowering the spiritually gifted. It's a group specifically for you, those of you who are spiritually gifted and don't maybe feel alone and don't, have anybody to talk to out there. You have a safe place. There is a safe haven, and it is a Facebook group called Bridging Realms, empowering the spiritually gifted. So if you're not over there yet, I highly invite you to come on over, find us on Facebook, join the group, and really be in this community that has your back. Because it's really easy to get discouraged or feel like you're going crazy if the people that you're talking to are not receptive and not able to understand what's going on for you. So just allowing yourself to just be in a community with people who get you and people who have your back. And that is probably the most empowering thing, important thing I'd even say, especially if you're new to your spiritual awakening or you've had a spontaneous spiritual awakening and you haven't had anybody to talk to. Come on over to the group. Definitely join us there and really begin to feel like, okay, you're not crazy. What I will say is they're light workers, people that are spontaneously awakening right now or have already and are moving from 5th dimension into 7th dimension. You're considered the light workers, and the light workers are really showing you the light. They're showing you the way. So you get to be one of those who shows the rest of humanity how to move into a higher vibration, how to move into a move into the light and out of the darkness. But it's uncomfortable. And I totally get you. If you're somebody who's really been struggling with this and nobody in your life gets it, I get it. And I totally know what you're going through. And I want you to know that you're not alone. You're really not alone. There is a whole community. The Facebook group community right now has 2,700 people in it, and it's growing by the day. And we're so grateful for everybody that's finding us and coming into that group. So if you've just been like feeling like you're on the outskirts and you really don't know what to do with your gifts, come on over to Bridging Realms. So, and you want to be careful, be mindful, be very aware of who you're talking to about what. It's really easy to get discouraged when you're telling somebody and they don't believe you, or they need to, they want to put you into a loony bin or, a mental institution, right? Now, that being said, the universe will always use what is happening in your favor. So it will always work out, even if you can't see how in the moment. So I get that you might be uncomfortable. I get that you might feel like you're crazy. I get that you might feel alone. And this time, what's considered dark night of the soul, you have all those feelings. Those feelings are moving you to the light. They're moving you to a different frequency. But you do kind of have to go through, if you think about it this way, you have to go through a cave to get to the other side, right? So you have to go through this darkness. Now, it could be really mild darkness and it can be really deep darkness. I know for me, I would say it was borderline depression. It was definitely, I was depressed. I felt alone and crazy. I lost all my friends, right? But when I lost the people who were supposedly my friends and the family that was supposedly my family, it gave space and an opening for more people, for new people to come into my lives that were more of a vibration and a frequency that match, right? So that willingness to be like, okay, I'm going through this, I'm being squeezed a bit, and the squeeze is okay because I'm going to come out the other side lighter, brighter, more ease, more joy, more fun, right? There is light at the end of the tunnel. And I just want to encourage you, especially if you're right in the middle of dark night of the soul and you're really struggling to see what's the point of all this, hang in there. You will get there. Just keep taking 2 more steps. Keep moving forward. And you will start to see how things shift for you and where they come out greater for you, even if it's just a little bit at a time, right? So just a little sparkle, a little light. And one of the quickest ways that I've always found to change anything in my life has been to find gratitude for where I am. So even if it's dark and depressing and hard, can you be grateful because you know you're being changed? Your life is changing. And chances are this was a change you were asking for, showing up in a way you didn't expect. So that's what happened for me. I definitely started to change. I wanted something different, right? I was partying like a rock star and all that stuff, right? This is my 20s. And I really wanted to change my life, but I didn't know how to change my life or what that was gonna take. But I knew the route that I was on was not a good route. I even broke my arm and shattered my arm into 100 pieces. And I knew my bone shouldn't have done that. So I was like, instinctively knew. I was like, okay, I need to um, uh, I need to like change some things. But how do I change some things? And then the universe was like, here you go, become a psychic medium. Mic drop. um, and I will tell you this, when that gift arrived, I was asking if there was a return policy. I really wanted to give it back. I didn't want to be seen as the crazy lady or the, but I cannot deny the path that my life has taken and the adventure that it has had since accepting the gift. And now I coach people how to embrace their gifts, enhance their gifts, and even build a business with it if they want to. How did I get so lucky to do that, right? But my life has gotten greater and greater over time, even if at the time when things were tough or I felt alone or weird or crazy or different, that at that time, if I could have seen where I was going to be now, I probably would have had a little bit more allowance for it or gratitude for it. So, what you can do if you're going through what's called the dark night of the soul and you're in this, like, you don't really know where you're headed, maybe you're like thinking about changing careers and you don't know what to do, and all that stuff can be part of this. When you have that happening for yourself, if you could just look at it like, okay, what can I be grateful for right now? Can I be grateful for this being the change that I've been asking for, even if it's showing up in a way I didn't expect? What can I be grateful for right now? And it might be something really small, but the more you have that like little thing that you're grateful for here and there, then you'll start to find more to be grateful for, and more to be grateful for, and more to be grateful for. So just allow yourself to start wherever you are and find that little glimmer, that little spark that can then grow into a great big flame of gratitude. What are you grateful for today? And what part of this can you use to your advantage? The other thing, too, with the dark night of the soul is the dark night of the soul might be a time where you actually feel like you have to take more time to rest, take more time to relax, take more time to like be in the allowance of what's going on. So if you're not feeling great one day, like letting yourself relax and rest, take care of yourself, nurture yourself. You can definitely use the dark night of the soul as a time of renewal, as a time of replenishment. And even though you can't necessarily see the bright light that's coming or the possibilities that are there, can you allow yourself to just become maybe a little more introspective during this time? Allowing yourself to just become, find your inner strength. And great ways to find that inner strength are definitely meditation. You can find that inner strength through resting, through being in nature, allowing yourself to just be alone sometimes. Sometimes having um, having that time like to reflect, maybe journal, maybe like I think I said meditation already, but like just allowing yourself to just be in that space of like, how can I use this time that seems like maybe not a lot's happening and it's not happening fast enough. That's one of my weaknesses, if you will. My struggles is I'm just not very a patient person. If I'm aware of a future and aware of a possibility, I just want to be like, let's go, let's get her done, instead of just allow yourself to rest and relax in the moment. Be in the moment. And when it's time to act and it's time to do something with your new gifts, and when it's time to have that like fire energy and that active energy, you'll have that energy. It's a great example is, or even right now, if you look at it, we're in fall and we're moving into winter. And fall and winter, actually, they don't have a lot of fire energy. They don't have a lot of that like creative energy. There's more of the like draw in, relax, take some time for yourself, take warm baths. Not a lot of like, I got to get out there and create energy. That creative energy starts to rekindle and start again when we hit spring of next year and then into summer. So, how can you utilize even the seasons to allow yourself to take time to draw in, to, okay, what do I want to create next, or what do I want to choose next? But maybe next being 5 months from now, or 4 months from now, when you're kind of more in that like springtime where things are starting to, like, the snow's melting, and but right now we're in fall, and fall is a season of when things are dying, when leaves that have been on the trees are turning colors and then falling, and they're falling, and then they become compost on the ground for the seasons to come, for the new growth to come next year. But now there's this like, and then winter is like things are frozen and they really slow down, like the growth cycle of the trees and stuff slows down dramatically during winter. It's just this like, it's time to rest, it's time. And then when spring comes, it's like, okay, it's time to be in action again. So what if you used the dark night of the soul in kind of the same way? Like, oh, okay, this is just a time of rest and rejuvenation and getting ready for a rebirth. You are getting ready for a rebirth. There is a new being, in a way, a new way of being that will come out of the dark night of the soul. But we have to kind of go through the mud. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but a lotus flower literally grows through the mud in swamps up until it blooms on the top, right? So it has to get through the mud and the darkness and grow towards the light. And then when it gets on top of the water, it then blossoms and becomes this beautiful blossom, right? But this journey of going through the sludge is just part of what brings it to full fruition. I don't think full flowering. I don't think that's a word, but that's okay. I'm not above making up words, so I actually have my own language. If you hang out with me, we'll all create some words. You'll see it. So awesome. So yeah, I would just say, just be extremely gentle with yourself during this time. Allow yourself to just be in the moment, and with whatever's coming up, good, bad, ugly, right? So there might be times when it's great, and then there might be times when it's a little bit more difficult, and right? But like, use what you know, use your own abilities. I apologize if there's a lot of background noise. I can't control, and I'm in a hotel. So, um, but there's a lot of like opportunities to find the gratitude that you're grateful for right now. What are you grateful for right now about whatever you're going through? And maybe it's like that little thing about like, I'm grateful that um, I uh, asked for change, and the universe is bringing it to me, even if it doesn't look the way I would like it to. Or maybe allow yourself to just have compassion for yourself. When was the last time you just were compassionate about whatever you're feeling? Maybe you're feeling lost. Maybe you're feeling loss, right? Because loss can be a big part of it. Because people move on, people that you thought were your friends or your family, you care about them, but they move on. and they choose a different path. They choose um, uh, a different life because they don't want to go on the path that you are going on, and that's okay. It's okay to lose people, even if sometimes you can't. Like, that's hard, right? It's sad. I totally get it. I'm not being uncompassionate here, but at the same time, if you lose those people, I believe I already said this, but like, if you lose those people, you allow yourself to make room for the people who will support you on your journey and be a part of your adventure, instead of the people who want to hold you back or keep you in the status quo, or the people who want to hold you down, instead of the people that want to see you fly. There are people out there that want to see you fly. They want to see you win. They want to see you successful. They want to see you bright and shining. And I'm one of those people. I want to see that for you. I want to see you shine. But it's okay if right now you can't see the light. Or what is that saying? You can't see the forest through the trees. It's okay. Wherever you are right now, you're not broken. You're not wrong. You didn't do something to deserve to be punished. This is just that shedding of the old so that you can then give birth to the new. You can then become brighter and shine even brighter. So hang in there. Like I said, take 2 more steps. Keep going. You will get through this. You are not alone. And when you get to the other side, then you'll be like, okay, it was worth it. It was worth it to go through that challenge, that struggle. Yeah, but just hang in there. So we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and do a meditation visualization about like moving through this energy. And maybe this is a meditation visualization that you can listen to repeatedly as you're going through your dark night of the soul or your transition and whatever you're experiencing right now. So we'll be right back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you.
Times TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on Times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive Times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. Times. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome forward, everyone. So I hope that that was a contribution to you. Really just the reminder to hang in there. I know when things suck, it's harder to stick with it and hang in there, but I just want to encourage you one more time, you're not alone, and to just stick with it. You will get through this. So we're going to do just a meditation visualization for the rest of our show today. I recommend just finding a comfortable seat, wherever that is for you. Feeling your feet on the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Exhale out. Sometimes, if you're sitting in a seat, it's nice to support your back with a pillow. If you have one. But feeling your feet on the floor. Breathe in, exhale out. And letting go. Let's just begin today by letting go. Letting go of beliefs, programs, stories, anything that anybody has ever told you that you are broken or something's wrong with you or you're crazy or you're weird or you're different. The original meaning of weird is actually of spirit, fate, or destiny. So since that's the original meaning, I've found myself, I'm grateful to be weird. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. And allow yourself to just relax. Your whole body relaxes. Relaxing your mind, relaxing your thoughts, relaxing your feelings. What if feelings were not the end of the world? They were just feelings. They were just emotions rising and falling. In the tarot, there is a card called the 10. It's the Wheel of Fortune. And basically it says, what is up will go down, and what's down will go back up. So just like the cycles of the earth and the seasons, as some things die, other things rise. Right? The leaves fall so that in the spring new leaves can take birth. New leaves can sprout. Sometimes a fire, a wildfire, comes through an entire forest and burns it to the ground. But as it does that, it releases the seeds in the pine cones that are all over the ground so that new life can come out of the fire. So is that where you are right now? Just observing, not judging, but just taking stock. Like, okay, am I in, maybe it's dark night of the soul, or maybe it's just a change or transition. It doesn't have to be dark night of the soul, but you could be going through a transformation. Like the caterpillar that goes into the chrysalis to become the butterfly. Are you transforming? Are you changing? Is your body letting go of old patterns and old energies and old frequencies so that you can vibrate at this new, lighter, brighter frequency? Not necessarily better than, but just different, lighter and easier. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Allowing yourself to just let go of anything that's not serving you through the exhale breath today. Breathe out all the old, stale energy and breathe in. Breathe out old, stale energy. Breathe in new possibilities. Breathe in a new frequency. When you let go of the old with your exhale, notice how there's space for something new to come in on the inhale. Using the exhale to even let go of maybe some beliefs or programs or stories that you bought from teachers, parents, peers that say being spiritually gifted is wrong and bad or evil, work of the devil. Breathe in, exhale out. You can also imagine a violet flame. The violet flame is a transformational flame where you throw in all of those stuck energies, those stagnant energies, those stale energies. You know they're stale when you hear them from your parents and they heard them from their parents and they heard them from their parents. So many generations back, you're getting this, spiritual gifts are of the devil. And that's just old, untrue news. You are gifted, you are talented, you are actually here to show the world there's a different possibility. There's a different way of being. One where we are one and grateful for each other, not judging each other as bad and wrong, but as grateful for whatever is showing up in our lives right now, knowing that it's working out for our highest and greatest good, even if we can't see how. Breathe in, exhale out. Let's also just do a body scan today and just see if you can find some places. We'll just start with one. Maybe there's one place where you can just feel that there's stuck energy, that there's energy is not quite moving in that place. Maybe a knot in your back or some tension or pain in your legs or your feet. And let's just breathe into that spot. We're going to breathe in, give it space, and exhale the stagnant energy, blowing the stagnant energy, the stuck energy into the violet flame. Breathe in the stuck in it. Breathe in to wherever it feels stuck or painful or uncomfortable. And breathe out that energy that's stuck, uncomfortable, pain. Letting go of anything that's no longer serving you. And as you breathe that out, then breathe in this new energy into that space. Breathe in light. Breathe in transformation. Breathe in compassion, allowance. And let go. Maybe there's another spot in your body that's calling your attention right now. You can sometimes think of the body as a pocket where sometimes you take energies on from somebody or beliefs on from somebody and you like stuff it into some random pocket or place in your body to store it. And I'm inviting you now, like anything that you're willing to let go of that you've stored or stuck in your body somehow. Maybe you didn't even really buy their point of view as really true, but you did decide to take it on instead of just letting it flow by. People can have their points of view, they can have what they believe about you, but they only stick you because on some level you believe it to be true for you. So allowing it to just float by. Access consciousness says it's interesting point of view, they have that point of view. Using interesting point of view and allowing yourself to just let that energy, that belief system, that story to just float by like big blue clouds. Big clouds. Not needing to latch onto it, not needing to change it, not needing to believe it as true. So anywhere in your body where you let some belief or story stick you, allowing that to float by. To breathe into it and exhale it out. Breathe in, exhale out. Using that exhale to let this stuff go. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale and let go. Breathe in, exhale the stuck, stagnant, stuffy energy out. Feel your body relax more as you let that stuck energy go. Maybe somewhere in your field, it could be in your energy field, your aura, your chakras, maybe somewhere you also perceive a darkness, a heaviness. Breathe into that energy and breathe it out into the violet flame. Breathe in, exhale it out. Surrender. Let go. What if you didn't have to have it all figured out right now? What if you didn't have to have all the answers? You could just be in the curiosity and the wonderment and the exploration of being in the question, of allowing yourself to just be in the now. Whenever you're meant to be somewhere different, you will be there. You don't need to plan it. You don't need to structure it. You don't need to have a knowing of where that is and start making it happen right now. Just go there. Be there. Take a look around. Breathe in, exhale out. Allowing yourself to be here right now. Not getting ahead of yourself. Not even if you are in the dark night of the soul and you are in a tunnel and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, try not to feel like you have to run to get to the other side. But if you could just be still moving, still going forward, but be here in this energy. Sometimes if we rush the process, if we rush the transformation, I don't know if you know this, but some people have tried to open a chrysalis to help a butterfly out. But the butterfly needs to have the wings fully developed so that they can fly. And if you try to help it, you actually interfere with that transformation. So how often do we do that as well when we're in the dark night of the soul or in a kind of an uncomfortable place and we want to rush through it and maybe not even look at it? Maybe that's one of those things that we stuff into a part of our body, oh, I'll deal with that later, or I'll look at that later. But if you could be here now and be in the process of this rebirth, allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, to have what you're having come up, and be in the full self-awareness that's developing, the knowledge, personal growth that happens by letting yourself dive into the discomfort, to be with it, to not let it overtake you, not let it take you into a deep depression, but from this okay, this is what's happening right now. There is a transformation happening right now, and I am gonna embrace it instead of resist it. I have found for me personally that if I'm resisting something and changing something, that then I just have to address it later. And it comes up again later for me to look at it and to transform it, to change it. So if you knew that you'd have to go through this again later, if you weren't willing to look at it now, would you be more willing to look at it now and be like, okay, what is this teaching me? What is this showing me? When we have Mercury retrograde, we're not in Mercury retrograde right now, but when we have Mercury retrograde, it's about a time of review, a time of anything RE, so rebirth, renewal, but that ability to like revisit something, to look over something maybe that you haven't changed yet, and it keeps coming up because you haven't quite changed your point of view about it. So what if we also looked at the dark night of the soul, or any transformation that you're going through, as this opportunity to revisit it, to change it, to create something new with it, to become something brand new. That's that rebirth, when you're being reborn, and however that shows up for you, you have this knowing that something different is possible for you now that wasn't available before. We've all had many rebirths, many times of change, some of them easy and we breezed right through them, and some of them more challenging and difficult and hard. So how can you be at ease with this energy? How can you have greater allowance for this energy instead of making yourself wrong or it wrong or resisting it or stuffing it, compartmentalizing it to deal with it later? Allow yourself to just take something that's changing for you right now, and let's imagine that you can see what that is right in front of you, like as if you had a crystal ball in front of you, and this crystal ball was showing you something that you have not really been willing to look at, but that you know you need to look at to really change your life, to really move forward. So you're looking in this crystal ball and you're seeing a scene maybe, or a word, or you get this feeling from it, right? This like maybe this depression or loneliness, or there's some sort of energy that you're aware of as you look in this crystal ball. And just allow yourself to be aware of what that energy is. What is that image or that feeling? What does it mean to you? Have you had one foot in your life and one foot out the back door? Have you had one foot in your spirituality, your spiritual path, and one foot out the back door? If you've had one foot in and one foot out, would you maybe today be willing to shut the door, to go all in? Part of the discomfort and the challenge that we go through that brings up the dark night of the soul can be that resistance, or that unwillingness to accept or to acknowledge these spiritual gifts, whatever they are. So when I became a clairvoyant medium, I spent 3 years resisting it and got depressed because I was fighting against this capacity that I now have, a capacity that anybody can tap into if they want to, but the capacity that I had in some way been asking for, but didn't know it would show up that way. So what is there for you? Maybe there's some awareness of who and what you are and why you're here and what you came here to do, but you've been like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I'll do that someday. What if someday is here and now is the time, and all you need to do is close the back door. Stop feeling like you have to separate from what you're aware of and just allow yourself to be in the moment, accepting your gifts wholeheartedly, and just be like, thank you, universe, for these capacities that I have, these gifts that I have. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for this. Maybe there's another area in your life. Maybe it's a relationship where you have felt like you have one foot in and one foot out the back door. What if you close the back door? What if you just decide? It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong, good or bad with the choosing of which side of the door, but maybe you really need to take, both feet out and close the door and be like, okay, that relationship is complete. That relationship, we came together for the reason we came together. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's you've always been sort of in and sort of out in a relationship, and you can just bring both feet in and be fully committed and see what that might create for you. I have discovered that when I fully commit to my life and I fully commit to what I'm choosing, that things are way easier than if I'm half in and half out. It's kind of uncomfortable to stand in the doorway, right? The door can never really close, but it's constantly hitting you because it wants to try to close. And then, just think about standing in a doorway. The energy gets stuck too, right? So there's no, the energy in what's in the house or in the building is constantly escaping out the door. The energy that's out the door is trying to get into the house, right? So there's all this energy that's going back and forth instead of, okay, I asked for change. I asked for these gifts. I asked for something different. I asked to be different. And then just step in, lean in, be with that energy. Okay, I'm here. Thank you for this gift. Maybe you started channeling, or right, there's whatever you've recently tapped into. What if you could lean in instead of trying to lean away from it, to escape it? And breathe that in and exhale out anything that's keeping you stuck in the doorway. Blow it into the violet flame. Breathe in. Exhale into the violet flame. And just perceive the energy that's different when you close that door. Whether you're inside or outside doesn't matter. But that now that the door is closed, you've committed to a choice. You've committed to what this choice will bring. Breathe in. Exhale out. Just feel how that feels in your body. What are you aware of in your body now? Maybe there's a little bit more lightness and ease. Maybe what was at the end of the tunnel is a little bit closer, because you weren't allowing yourself to be held back by your past, held back by what you used to know, and lean into what is now possible and you now know. Lean into your gifts. Lean into the being that you were meant to be. Commit to your life and see where that takes you. Breathe in, exhale out. Maybe start rubbing your hands together, your hands on your thighs, or yeah. Say hello to your body again. Slowly, gently opening your eyes, coming to the present moment, to the now. Bringing all of that awareness with you, all of that choice and commitment with you, and see where it takes you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I'll see you next time.